Good morning to all you viewers. I am Chris. Welcome to another live at the Great Brick Lab. I've got my new pre-roll. Hope you had fun with that. The agenda today is day-to-day work, and I've got my setup going. I've got my coffee going, and I always appreciate any feedback that you give me. Good morning, Joe Van Norman. Thank you. You got a little crown on yourself there. Thank you for being a member and a subscriber. All I had time for this morning was my coffee. I'm still going to be looking at working. I still need to get my oatmeal made, and I'm going to be hungry here soon, I'm sure. So, got a lot to do today. Got a package in from FedEx. This FedEx package, I'm hoping, is parts for a customer order that we're going to get out the door today. We got, let me show you. So well, let's open this up. Let's get this thing opened up and see what we got inside of here. Get out your handy utility knife that I'm always carrying with me. Good morning, Jazzy Viking bricks. Not just Viking bricks, but jazzy ones. I love it. And good morning, Daddy-O bricks. Thank you for the comment. Oh, wait, there's a little pull tab here. I don't need my knife. Yay. I thought about buying a Leatherman, an actual real deal Leatherman utility knife. As it turns out, they're expensive, but they're probably worth it. Oh, this is something else. Why is this? I'm not expecting this. What am I getting here? It looks like I got a return from a customer. What in the world? What is this? FedEx shipment. I remember a customer. I said, send me. Done and done. What is going on here? I guess I expected that. Oh, I do remember this one. He was not satisfied with the quality. Yeah, this was the one where the guy didn't like the quality of the legs. Let me get out my magnifiers here.
Oh, is that what was sent by FedEx?
I don't know why he sent it FedEx. Yeah, he said the legs were of a poor quality. I think
Well, at least he sent it back.
these legs are. Oh wait, here. Let me show everybody else on the live here. What? I don't see what he was seeing. I mean, I've seen poor quality legs in my life, and that's not one of them. But maybe I'm remembering the comment wrong. Let's get up there and. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look up his order. I can't think faster than you can talk.
You can't think and talk at the same time, Chris. You got to learn how to multitask.
Is talking and thinking a multitask activity now?
I have my friend in South Carolina. She has trouble walking and chewing bubble gum at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Some people can't multitask.
Okay. Uh, let's. There's some acre mills in the back of my truck. I get to it later though. All right. Okay, so I can actually show you. Well, I can read the message to you, but I got a message up on my screen. Here's the part in question. Get it on camera here. Please confirm there are no cracks in figs or parts before shipping. Thank you. He sent me another message. It must have been online only. I got to go find that message. So let me grab this order number and go look at email messages. It's hard doing a live when you have this POV view because so much private information goes on screen. And then there's Ralph, who will tease me and tell me that I got all my accounting information on the screen when I really don't. Yes.
Those ones we use up, those are 4x6x2, right?
The most standard size? Yeah, 4x6x2. Yeah.
There's two boxes. Different sizes.
Why is there so many returns on that one search? This can't be correct. I'm missing a copy of the right number here. All right, this a little bit less. All right, so there's the order. Hello, I received my order today and noticed a large crack under the left arm of the torso of the range trooper I ordered. Okay, so there's a large crack under the left arm of the torso. Let's look for this large crack. Oh, it's there. So, yes, indeed, the customer's correct. I need to get my stories straight. There is a large crack underneath the torso of the left arm. So, this is on us. So, yeah, there's a large crack underneath the torso. It goes all the way up to the arm. So, this is
But he was saying the leg.
no, I think I was thinking of a different customer who ordered a range trooper and I shipped him replacement legs. So this guy he's totally in the correct. He's totally in the right, and he's getting a refund of the full price of his range trooper, which is $62.55. Let's process that now. And this is completely on us. And he spent a little on shipping to get it back to us. So item I'm missing and not search factory. Range trooper has crack. Oops. Why did you do that for? I don't understand why. Okay. Range trooper has crack on side. Okay, so it's $62.55. I'm going to go ahead and refund him $70. Make it because it's totally our mistake. So we should have caught that before we shipped. All right, so he's getting a more than full refund. Actually, he's going to end up with taxes and everything. He's getting 75.26 back, but I'm only giving 70 back. So I'll record it as $70. So when you do a refund to a customer like this, whether it's for a mistake like this or for a missing part or anything like that, and you're running a Bricklink store, you want to make sure that you record in your logbook that you had a return or a refund, and that comes right off of your bottom line. It's on your Schedule C. When you file your taxes, depending on how you're filing taxes, if you're filing a Schedule C, on your Schedule C line, we go get the line number from the Schedule C.
Did you hear back from the guy with the set?
No, I haven't yet. No, line number 2 is returns and allowances on the Schedule C, and this one's going right in there. No, I haven't heard from that guy. So we had another issue yesterday where a customer received a set, an old G Notion. Do you remember that set number, Steve?
Oh my word! Yes,
Was it?
had 4 numbers in it.
Yeah, I do remember it had 4 numbers in it.
It came with an 8.
So one of the things about being as busy as we are, if you are a member of this channel, I'm going to turn this audio down. It keeps going into the hot zone. If you're a member of this channel, or if you're a member of Ralph's Bricks channel, a paying member, not just a subscriber, I got to get my terms correct. But if you're a member of this channel or Ralph's Bricks channel, you will see the detailed information about revenues. Well, with this high level of revenues, as many deliveries that we're doing, we're getting a lot more customer service things to work on. And we're missing things like this fig, and we had a set go out that was missing quite a few bits. And I don't know, we don't normally mess up quite so bad as this customer seems to have indicated. But they're not like a newbie to Bricklink. So usually when you get, to a certain number of feedback, it's kind of like you're proving yourself to be honest and you're not trying to pull one on people. Like one of the newbies that just came in. Look at this. This is hilarious. Let's see if I can get to this quickly. I got an order yesterday. The order is for $679.91. And here's the order. Let's get this on screen. So here's the order. Got $59 Playware. Oh, this is a Playware damaged battle head, and it's still $59. That is not correct. I missed doing a price adjustment on that. Yeah. And now it's in this guy's order. There is just no way this guy is real. Yeah, there's no way this guy's real. There's no way this order is real at all. $42 for a Lord Garmadon from Ninjago. That's $49. This torso is $32. This torso is $28. I mean, I guess these things are worth this much. But he put everything expensive in here, Ninjago. Brand new to Bricklink. No comments, nothing coming back yet. It looks like he added a new part to his batch. He must have updated his order by creating a batch. Well, I'm gonna look at his actual Bricklink order and see if he actually added that as a batch, or did we add that to his order by his request? Why would that be on there? Yeah, there's parts been added to his order. I don't see a second batch. Did he email us and ask us to add that? Because I'm about ready to cancel this thing. Came in the 30th, so it's only been actually a few days. It wasn't yesterday, it was a couple days, and it's going to, the shipping address is Peru.
Oh, that's international.
Yeah, and he's got no feedbacks, brand new to Bricklink. I mean, it's got all the signs of a bogus order, plus the fact that he added this light bluish gray minifig head doll-sided female back. Who is this from? Here's the part that he added. Let's okay. I had it. So this goes to one minifig. Yeah, this minifig right here. Where is that part at in our store? Let's grab. If I go here, where is it going to be? It's somewhere in here, right? This is Bricker. How do I see pick from inventory? There it is. 119E4A. Let's head over to 119E4A. Remember that, 119E4A. Yes, there's a note on my desk about a paid order. Yeah, there's a flaw in Bricker. Sometimes people will have a paid order and then it won't show up as correctly, but Bricklink shows it as paid, so it needs to go. It needs to be processed and shipped. All right, I've got the head. Oh yeah, definitely Playware. Too bad. Looks like it would be an expensive one otherwise. Okay, well, even just based on this one thing right there, I love how that thing can zoom in. All right, this camera here is hooked up with VDO.Ninja. wirelessly going to cloud and then coming back to me, and it's in high definition. Make sure it's not paid pending with the exclamation. Oh yeah, with the exclamation point. Well, it's not even showing up as paid actually at all. Let me go back to the order. It's just showing updated. So he looks like he'd managed to do some kind of an update. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this order and put everything back to stock and then put in there that quality of part found to be less than good. I think we're going to go based off of that because I think there's a button for that. All right, so I'm going to start. Okay, so there's nothing on here. So let's walk through this. So we're going to do request to cancel. So on our channel, you get a lot more than you get in other channels because there's all kinds of stuff on here that you probably shouldn't see because it's just stuff that people won't show on their channels. So, okay, I have to remember where this goes. I'm going to actually put this back right now. 4A, 119, A119E 4A. Okay, got it right. Because I think we could still sell that for like $2. Somebody might not mind that damage, or somebody would be willing to get a deal. So one other thing I'm going to mention is kind of a housekeeping item. Thanks for that comment, Daddy-O's Bricks. I think we're good on that part. But if I need to take a break and I'm going to go off camera for a while, I'm going to go back to the opener. But maybe as we go along, because I made that thing last night. I stayed up till like 10 o'clock last night making that thing. I like making video. I really like editing tools uh, and I my I couldn't even get to sleep last night. I was coming up with new ideas. Um, I enjoy the process like a lot, and it just doesn't make a lot of revenue processing Lego parts. If I spend an hour with Lego, that's like putting a minimum like $500 of revenue, future revenue into operation. So that's where I want to spend my time most of it. But maybe I don't need to worry about it quite so much right now. I like the part that I saw. What is that? What do you? I like the part. You mean? Do you want me to ship it to you? Because one of the things I was thinking about doing again was they used to, when they did Brick Nanigans, they used to do giveaways. I've got things to give away here. I mean, I literally have a warehouse full of stuff. I would be willing to front up the shipping costs and just start giving away stuff. Oh yeah, okay. The intro thing. Okay, yeah. You don't want that old part, that old unsellable part. Yeah, sure. Okay. Thanks, Daddy. Always appreciate that. Okay, so we are in a lot of rabbit holes for this guy. Okay, so um, system seller package return package cannot mutual buyer submitted a bogus order, no longer wants to purchase underage. Yeah, there's not really one in here for bad parts. Seller did not have items after order was submitted. Let's go with that one. I'm the seller. I don't have items after the order was submitted. But that's actually not true. I'm going to go with bogus order. Buyer submitted a bogus order. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Okay. New buyer not responding to emails and not responding to email. No communication. Okay, so take action. cancel this order. I'm not going to edit the items before returning to stock inventory. And go. Okay. It was turned into a problem order. And go to view order detail. Okay, canceled. All right, now if I take this order number and I go to Bricker, it's already open. Go to Bricker, and I go up to hide that customer information. We're going to go down to cancel order and restore inventory. Cancel order and restore inventory. Order has been canceled and inventory is being restored. They will get a notification with whatever you put, FYI. Yeah, if he still wants the stuff, I don't think this is going to be sold out like in a few minutes after he's done. But I do need to edit. Can I now edit the price on this? So if I go here and I do a search for that item, okay, now I can. Okay, so the price is actually in at $10. What is the current average? Okay, so we need to put that down at $2. One feature I asked for at Bricker is if there is a comment on an item that the price automatically lock and not automatically get adjusted. So if you're thinking about going to Bricker, and I think some of you are Daddy O Bricks, I know we had a conversation about it. If you're thinking going Bricker, this is price lock. This price lock is auto enabled when there is a comment on here. And that comment comes from the BSX file. And so whatever price you have in the BSX file with that comment, it locks that. And what a lock on a price for Bricker means that when you do your auto pricing with your formula, which is a feature of Bricker, it will not change that price because it's locked. Okay. If you want to leave it reduced, you have to make sure you lock. Yeah. Well, all right. We're on the same page. Oh, cat's out of the bag. Yeah, nice. All right, all right. You made the switch. Tell us how it goes. Tell us how your experience is with Bricker. Ours has been very positive. Um, I could pick little nitpicky things. I could say, not this, not this, but no, it's been overall very positive. I mean, uh, yeah. So go to blmetrics.com and have some fun with that, you guys. If you're interested in statistical data about Lego stores, go to blmetrics. I'm not going to do that today, but go to that if you're interested. And I'm only going to say that out loud once. Okay. So that has been adjusted. Now, if I go back into that order, let me look at some of these other parts here and see if anything else. What does it look like when it has a comment? Okay, it has a little exclamation point. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's move on from that order. And let's make sure it's gone. And we're going to do this. You guys, I show too much of my data. I got to remember to pull that down. Transition has been great so far. Trying to figure out how to write my algorithm right now. I'll share mine with you. I don't have a huge secret. Are you on Discord, Daddy-O Bricks? Yep, here you are. I'm gonna go. Yep, mine is off camera. Okay, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna go get mine. Pricing, and here is mine. Send to Discord, and here you go. Coming your way. All right, you got the algorithm that I created with ChatGPT. Oh, I got this thing in my hand. I got to do something with this. So, congrats on joining the. Now, Joe Van Norman, do you have a? Thank you for being a member. Are you a Bricklink store operator? I'm just curious. Okay, I'm gonna go get oatmeal. So, you guys are coming with me. You'll still hear me on audio. You just won't see me for a little bit. Oh, I've got to clean all this up. Just- Yeah, we goofed on that fig, Steve.
The one, they,
Yeah, it does have a crack on the side. I'll part it out and we'll sell it for bits, and then I'll sell the torso as cracked. But that was our goof.
we have another portion.
Not likely. That range trooper. I don't know what set it came with, but it's shot up in price. Is this UPS?
Yeah,
Did we schedule a pickup yesterday?
I'm catching the Savannah schedules.
Yes. Henry seems to forget that part. No worries. Not to worry. When I'm traveling like this, I am not able to see comments. I don't have a thing. You know what I want, Daddy O's bricks? I want a pair of Ray-Bans, Meta Ray-Bans that has YouTube comments built into the glasses. You need to work on that. That would be amazing. Well, would it be amazing? I'm just a lot more connected that way. Do I need to be that connected? I'm never going to get my own privacy. My privacy reduces significantly. Would the Ray-Ban's camera also be where the streaming live comes from and then the comments come off? It's like one of those utopian or dystopian um, things. But right now, I'm definitely making comments and live broadcasting GBL behind the scenes. Which, by the way, if you are not a member, if you want to be a member, there are two levels of membership. There is an engineer and a cadet. Um, they're both getting the same content today, but in the future, the cadets and the engineers will have different levels of content because we're still developing our content for these things. And so, but our first members video dropped out yesterday. And I kind of got a little excited and dropped it a little early, so it's going to be a two-parter. But it does have what you're going to see content in the members only. You're going to see that cross section of where not just stuff here at the warehouse, but my homestead and where that cross section of how I mix work-life balance. Such an important thing to know how to do well. I'm not going to claim that I'm great at it. We're just kind of, I'm always working at it. That cross section of where running your Lego store, it's the life that you desire to have is where that content's going to be. You know, so if you want to see kind of stuff like that, then you need to become a member. And I will also say, I'm not making any money at memberships yet because YouTube can't pay me. I can't figure out how to get the AdSense thing working and get payments from YouTube. I'm in some kind of an infinite customer service loop. We can go into. Just put it there. So, did you know that if you put regular oats in water and then you just kind of let it sit overnight, it's called overnight oats. There's something it changes about the oats by letting it soak in water for a period of time that makes them better for your gut. And I'm all about gut health. So I got some of these things from Roundhouse that I'm kind of just finishing up. I sent most of it back. I felt like it really wasn't doing much for me. Maybe one day, if you guys are interested in the Chuck Norris Roundhouse morning kick and green drink journey that I went on, I feel like you're paying a lot for marketing. the Chuck Norris name and all that. But I got a little bit of that stuff to finish off. I don't know. We do eat a lot of sauerkraut at home. We get the fresh sauerkraut from Costco, and that sauerkraut is fermented and not pasteurized. So you get all the prebiotics and probiotics. We give it to our 1 year old, and he absolutely loves the stuff. He'll actually, you know, at the dinner table, he'll sit there and eat sauerkraut for most of his meal. He absolutely loves the sauerkraut. And we got some other refrigerated flavored sauerkrauts. I've got one garlic flavored, there's one that's dill flavored. Got to take home distilled water. This is the water distiller. And we could run this at home. There's no reason we couldn't, but we run it here because, well, I got the space down here. So let's clean this thing out, get it in the bottle going. So what else am I going to do today? I was kind of hoping to finish that order for those parts that I'm getting from Canada. It was a classic space set, an odd window size that would recognize. Um, I just, because it's flat, because it's trans yellow, it just struggles with identifying the correct part. So it got miscatalogued. But Savannah, our number one picker, she catches things you wouldn't believe. Oh, I know what it is. I have a Batman. I have a Batman cowl that she caught incorrect. We'll do that as soon as I'm done here. We'll go take care of this customer. So there's a Batman. Apparently, the Batman is from her favorite Batman because she tells us stories about how when she was a kid, she used to watch the 60s Batman episodes. And do I need more coffee? I don't think so. I'm good. And she was looking at this Batman and she said the cowl which is the headgear, was incorrect. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so wonderful. She caught this detail, saved us from sending a part to a customer that was incorrect. Yeah, about that Batman cowl. That I mean, that's just incredible detail that she's able to catch.
Tell them about Batman. Jetpack.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we had two Batman incidents yesterday. Okay, so I am back and I can see comments. Let me catch up on comments. Okay, so all right, so Joe Van Norman has JVN e-commerce LLC. Oh, are you doing more than just Lego? E-commerce makes me kind of think it's not just. Maybe I'm going to look you up. Okay, so let's do JVN e-commerce LLC. So I need all that. And I got a Bricklink store. All right, free shipping on orders over $25. Oh, I'll just put your store on screen. Let's feature your store. 18,109 lots. One book. 644 instructions. 397,000 bits. Well, actually, closer to 398,000 bits. 40 parts short of that. Or short. It's hot. 628 minifig lots. Nice. Nice store. Okay. If I hit 50% of your last month, I will buy you a set and send them to you. Thank you. Just very generous. Thank you. I don't know. I'm kind of speechless. I don't know what to say to things like that. So, but thank you. Joe Van Norman says, how big is your store, Daddy O? Mine has over, I covered that 398. Um, oh, so you've had some sales. So you had 401,000 pieces, but must have had some sales that brought that number down a little bit. Daddy O Brick says he's roughly over 560K, 118K. You guys can see these comments probably, but I love your lot count, Daddy O's Bricks. I hope that is allowed you to kind of increase your prices a little bit, slow things down. I know that I think you said you're a one-man operation. Um, can I tell you guys a secret? I like big numbers, but I also like slow, just a few customers, just me and Steve hanging out, Savannah here doing her picking. Steve and I hang out for a few hours in the morning. I don't need all that money from all those orders. I like slow. I like a lot of personal attention with customers. That's actually my preference. But the team came to me and said, let's try this. Let's do it. Let's see what we can really get done. And it was pretty incredible. Okay. Daddy O's in Florida. Joe Van Norman's in Colorado. The plan was to do Bricklink for 10 hours a week and then eBay in my spare time. Plan was, so that's a past tense statement. How's it going on that? Jazzy Viking Bricks. My goal is to have a store comparable to you guys' stores in a year or so. Right now, just getting started at 60K. Yeah, it took me a long time to get to where we're at, and my parts are right because of the prices that we adjusted to. I have not made it. I have not made it past Bricklink. Oh, okay. There's the update. Was to do 10 hours a week on eBay in my spare time. So no spare time for eBay is what you're saying, I think. Yeah. If I had spare time, I used to think I was going to do eBay but now this videos with you guys is what I do with my spare times. Your floodgates dried up. The creek here. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, okay. So here's the deal. Everybody can know this information. We have started to readjust our prices, and they will end on July 9th. They will come back July 18th, and they will end again in middle of August. Yeah, don't run a store like mine. It's a lot of work. All right. Batman cowl. All right, so here's the fig. All right, you guys ready? Oh, let me take them out of the bag, get less reflective. All right, so here's the fig. Oh, focus. Yay, it worked. Okay, so there's this. Here's this. However, the cowl that he officially comes with, let's open a brick store and get to recognized. Something interesting just happened on here. Julian Mahin, welcome to Brick Lab Cadet. Yay, you're a Brick Lab Cadet. Yes. Is that a new member? Congratulations, Julian Mahin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not trying to do anything insulting there at all, but thank you so much for being a subscriber. Now, if I can only figure out how to get payments from being their subscribers, because they deactivated my AdSense account. Thank you, YouTube. We'll get over it. Hey, Chris, thanks for the shout out on BL Metrics earlier. I'm the founder. Yes. I love the data that you're collecting in BL Metrics. I hope that, yeah, I can't do BL Metrics because of Bricker, but I think that you're working on something there, and that would be very interesting to me. So the point of reference I always go to for something like that is when a part really goes like from average pricing to way up here pricing, the the who was it? There was who was that basketball player that died in a helicopter?
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. So I had a Kobe Bryant in my store when I was just me running it in my basement, and that tragic accident that he died in a helicopter, and I think he had a family member with him as well, which is just tragic. Um, but things like that happen, and I was the highest priced Kobe Bryant minifig that was on Bricklink at the time, and eventually it sold for like a lot more than it was 6 month average, beginning of day to the end of the day. That's the kind of stuff I don't think. No, I don't know the biometrics. I don't know that any tool could capture something like that. But when trends like that start to happen, we have tools and data out there that we can capture and find it. And that would be what I'm after. And I miss it all the time. Steve will come in, he's like, you got to raise Wolverine prices. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, there's no Wolverine and Deadpool movie. And all those Deadpools and Wolverines are going to shoot way up. And I go and look and I'm like, oh, we already sold them all. There's none left. I'm like, didn't know that was going to happen. So my maybe you guys are here for a little bit for my anecdotal commentaries. Okay, so it comes on two different figs. So here's the cowl that it's supposed to come with. Let's add him in there. Do this. Do a part out. All right. So there's the cowl it comes with. You can see it's got a little detail, and here is what he has. Dude, no print on the cowl. So I communicated with the customer yesterday, and he goes, "Hey, yeah, just send me a $5 refund because that's what I offered, and I'll source the cowl on my own." Oh, well, okay, yeah, yeah, all right, all
I
right.
know. I'm like,
So excited, yeah. So I've had put in my desk here. I might as well do it now. Let me set this multitasking right. Okay, so here's the Batman. We shipped this Batman to a customer. And now it's time for learning. So, whoops, not cancel that. This. Okay, so add part Batman. Okay, so here's the Batman. There he is. Okay, good, right? Everybody approve. But then when you look him up on Bricklink, oh, wait, there's something on the back there. What is that? As it turns out, he needs a backpack. Well, when we picked the one we shipped to a customer, we're like, yeah, that's it. It's okay. And that's the front view, but you got to turn them around. So we ended up collecting all these little bits. Steve went around and collected up all those bits. I can't remember. Did you get two of these trans blue? Was there two of those?
yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if I added two of those or not. And I totally used Bricker to make a pick sheet and said, Steve, could you go send that out there? And he was done in like 10 seconds. And uh, and then so we got that shipped out to the customer. But then I was like, everybody come over here because Savannah looked at it and I looked at it and Steve looked at it. It's like, yep, just a fig. And they're like, wait a minute. There's like totally a photo that Steve says that they need a photo. Like, say, the face is up here. It shows the back of the face. Here's the side of the face. But where's the back? There's like, you need like this section right over here to have like the backpack that's on there. So
Yeah, it does that for some of the pics. It shows they have a backpack.
yeah, some figs will have that. But that one there, it does say wings and jetpack in the description, but we missed it in the shipment of an order. I don't think anybody saw that. Anyways, the customer was polite. As always, the customer was so polite, so kind, and boxed up the parts, got them shipped out. Customer will be happy really soon. Okay. Comments. Joe Van Norman. I doubled my prices and sales dropped about 80%. Yeah, I'd expect that. The 1st of June. I realized I had a sale on. I removed the sale in June and sales are down only 50%. Cool. Yeah, slow things down. Take your time, get really good quality to your customers. When we raised our prices as much as we did over a year ago, the way I like to say it is we priced out about 80% of the regular buyers, and we're focusing on those customers that are willing to spend a little bit more of a premium, but we give them the premium level of service that they're paying for. No questions, returns with shipping costs if we make a mistake. And because of the level of prices that we have all that margin in order to take our customers into account for everything that they need done. Okay, so Julian Mahin is the developer of BL Metrics. Did I show you BL Metrics yet?
Show me what?
I'm not going to show it to you now, but
Yeah, you show me later.
I'll show you.
Dare do the wall.
You guys are doing the wall today?
That's what he came over and bugged me about.
Oh my gosh, they're doing the wall. All right, I'm going to show everybody in the live what we're doing today. Because he didn't. When he comes over here, I can't be over here because he's going to be. Well, the noise is going to be won't be a problem. It's just he doesn't want to be on camera. He does not like the idea of being on camera. He's not part of the personalities here. Excuse me. This wall is going to come down, and they're going to turn it into a 4x4 wall. You can see we've got room over here, and raise it up a little bit so the shelf's coming off. Those ones on top are coming out. Steve right now has got ants in his pants, and he's where's this one at?
That's what I'm doing.
No,
Because Paulie can't reach the tops.
But you can't do them out of order. If you do this, if you relabel this one, well, okay, if you relabel it and leave it empty,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Uh-huh.
But if you relabel it and put parts in it, then you'll be picking here.
Because I'm not putting parts in it.
Good. Because you got to do that in order, and then you can do this one.
Paulie can't pull the tablets.
You're very considerate. You are a very considerate individual, and you have a good plan. I'm going to go ahead and get out of your way. Okay. All right. What am I doing? Time to make a Batman label. Let's do this on Bricker. How many hours, how much time are we into this stream here? Where's my timer at? We're into it for 51 minutes. Okay. Objectives for me are like an hour's worth of stream when we do it. So, I was going to make a comment about my pre-roll. My pre-roll was made out of spare parts. So that's the term I'm using. I'm going to make pre-rolls out of spare parts. Those videos that I had in the pre-roll were videos that I sent to customers. I've been sending videos 4K video from my iPhone, and I'm emailing them a link because I put that video on a Google Drive, and I send them the link so they can view that video. And I can also put that video in a link on the description of the parts just in case they don't buy it. And then they can see with 4K video, and we made a little minifig rotating stick, which is, super easy stuff. Yeah, that's what my pre-roll was made out of, spare parts. All right, so we are going to Bricker. I'm thinking about, Daddy-O, maybe you can team up with me here. I'm wondering if it would be valuable to have a streaming mode for Bricker, meaning that I can be doing Bricker activities and have it in streaming mode where private and sensitive data are not visible. And I think that would be a pretty big request. But if there was a streaming mode, then it's like everything that isn't necessarily private, like pick sheets, where parts are at, maybe even prices of parts, but like customer data, store stuff like that. That would be the streaming mode I'm envisioning. Okay, so the Batman is now picked. We'll do ahead and save that. Update it to paid. But I do want to go to the customer's order and give him an issue refund. Cowl. Wrong. Batman. $5 refund. Review you grab this, record it into. Okay, so refund is sent. Need to record the logbook. That's 2 refunds today. No worries. All right. Refunds feel like going backwards, but in the big picture,
Take it back.
because you are giving things back, yes. But in the big picture, it's a small percentage of overall store revenue. And when you treat your customers respectfully, like it was your money that you paid for these parts, they remember that and they will come back for more. We have, just since we've been doing Bricker, 10% of our customers, which is, I think, a significant amount, 10% are repeat customers. Okay, so I'm going to hit pack. We're going to, yeah, so this guy in Illinois who bought this large order of minifigs, it looks like he even bought a $68 Joker from, I think that's the Hugh Jackman Joker. Didn't even know we had one of those, and we don't anymore. He bought this one, Dark Knight Trilogy. Only comes in one set. It's probably a big car thing. I remember this. So this is a funny story. Years ago, I was pulling out a bulk lot, and this thing was in here. This, what is this? The tumbler. It's a huge set. I mean, you can just like, wah! And I'm like, rebuild. Like, should I rebuild the tumbler? And I'm like, no, way too many parts. 1,860 bits, and parting it out is so nice. There's so many expensive parts in there. Some of the print pieces are like $3, $4. Some of them are like 20. It's just nuts. The tile here for the tumbler, that was not there. I don't remember. But the Batman minifig, found him complete. Then the Joker minifig, everything is custom. The hairpiece, the face, the torso, and the legs. And I had everything except for the hair. And it was an $80 fig at the time. And I was like, well, this is sad. So I priced the head, the hair, no, the head, the torso, and the legs at $80 each. Sold each one of those for the same price that the fig was over a period of time. So there you go. Here's my story. All right, where am I going? All right, so we'll go back to pack and continue. Okay, a couple of few bits. I thought that was the question on the GBL application. Are you comfortable with brick? Should be. Even though we don't host the show Bricknanigans anymore, and I can just about promise you it won't be coming back. There's still plenty of nanigans around here. Is there a setting under the top? Is there a setting under the top right of your profile? Hide stats, enter dark mode, hide personal. Oh, oh. Yes, there is Daddy O Bricks. You are a stud. You need to come up here and work for us. Give up all that Florida hot weather and just come down here. All right, we're going to pack. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Look at that. Customer data, name is here, but other personal identifiable information is gone. For streaming, it's already there. I guess that's just how efficient those guys are. Okay, so click here. He asked for UPS Ground Advantage. We're going to do Parcel Guard Insurance. Now, I'm going to put this down because that label is going to pop up. I don't know if that has the ability to hide the label that comes up that is going to go to my printer. I feel like that is not going to be blocked because that's a different application. Yeah, yeah. So the shipping label is sitting right here on the screen right now with tracking number, order number, all this stuff. We're going to send it to Rolo. So But yeah, I can show that screen. Look, even over here, all these customer order numbers. We have streaming mode. Man, I wouldn't have known that unless I mentioned it, and then you were in the stream at the same time. All meant to be. All right, need a box. Uh-oh, you got a bad stamp. All right, we're gonna sip it. I think having a stamp like that is not going to reduce the contents inside the box. Shipping label. Tape machine. By the way, if you don't have a tape machine, get one. All right, so here we go. Here's the box. There's the bad label. All right, this is shipping label. Good to go. Yeah, they can't blur the printer. That's completely understandable, but I can show so much more on here. All right, we got to take care of this guy. We took care of the refund, but now we need to. Is it time for cataloging parts? Am I free to do that now? How much time do I have left here? Been on for an hour. I'm gonna ask you guys and tell me what you would be interested in today, and I'll give you another 15 minutes of live, and then you guys tell me what you're interested in seeing.
No more tape. Yeah. Right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. The Gronkowski one. Oh, I forget about that. It was good.
What is this goal button right here? Make super chat more fun with goals. No, I don't need super chat. Daddy O's, are you a member now? I see you. It says member, or no, crown with a number 2, and then does that mean that Joe Van Norman was my first member? Help me understand what these little crowns mean. We got crown with a purple and number 1, so crown with the number 3 for Julian Mahin, and Dadu, you're number 2 consistently, and then Jazzy Viking Bricks, I think, is a viewer. I don't know what all those things mean. Let me find. I'd like to do some cataloging, but I think maybe the guys might need. I think the crown is who is the most comments on the stream. Okay. I feel like it has to do with the chat activity. You guys are consistent, so perfect. So does that, excuse me, does that crown change heads as the activity changes? Now is a challenge. I don't know. So that tells me, is that is that is that so that me as the host of the show responds differently based on that information being displayed? I don't know. So on this one here, let's find out if it would be better to. Would it be better Get rid of the Batman. Add camera. All right, so here is Range Trooper torso. And then what I like to do is click on him, Control D, duplicate that, double click right there underneath where it has the little going inventory, select all, Control G, price it. Okay, so the torso doesn't sell. The hands are only 85 cents. So I think it would be better to sell the torso with a cracked comment and go like 50% off. And that would be like, I don't know, like $7 or so. Bump, bump, bump. Who knows? Oh my God. You're going to get yourself banned. Well, you didn't take the crown. Maybe word count. Oh boy. Now here we go. Here we go. You guys just have fun. I don't, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm just teasing. Okay. So what we need to do is okay, audio's back. I think when I'll have to remember that when this thing goes, thank you for the comment about being muted, Daddio. When this thing gets interrupted, if you go into the settings on Video Ninja and then come back, and then I can see the audio bars back. Okay. Joe Van Norman, question is, how do you decide what goes into your larger storage units? Do you consolidate some parts? And I think what you mean is drawers. So we have two sizes. Essentially, we have two, or maybe you could call it three, but acro mills, large drawers, small drawers, and then Sterilite. So here's some consolidating. But this consolidation didn't happen in store. This consolidation happened via the catalogers who did it from home. And then even down there on the bottom, you can see some massive consolidation. So some does get consolidated. But when I work from home, I mean, I'll catalog. Let's see if I can find something there. These are good example right here. These drawers. I mean, look at that. Definitely. I mean, there's probably just like one yellow in here. So, so how do I decide? Do I do consolidation? No, I don't do consolidation myself. I think there's some value in doing consolidation, but I really want the robot to be our consolidator. Okay. How do you, I think that answers your question, Joe Van Norman. If it doesn't, ask a different way, but maybe I'll give you a little bit more on that. So some consolidation happens, but not as a strategy of the way Chris operates. But from time to time, we'll give enough parts to somebody who works from home that it makes sense for them to consolidate, and they like to do the consolidating. I don't do consolidating because of the time it takes. But I want to have some consolidation because it would increase picking time, but I got to find a resource to do that. And I believe the robot is a good fit for this. Julian, how do you handle sorting, all in-house or is this outsourced? Both. Um, we do, most of our bulk goes out to sorters who work from home. And that would be, here's the results. This is stuff. So these were tubs that look like this. Here is a bulk tub, right? I know this is probably for you most time. Ever seen bulk Lego? Kidding. No, this is just bulk Lego. It's been probably pre-screened and had many big bits pulled out. So there's some consolidating right there. So these bulk tubs go out to customers, or I'm sorry, to people who work from home, and then it comes back like this. I mean, that obviously could have been broken down again, but for this to be broken down from the one we just were at to this level is a very efficient way. And then I'll just take this and mostly just go straight to cataloging. Good plant one. They did a really good job with the plant. This is the material that I want to feed to the robot. And I do have a meeting with Generalist AI on Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, I have a meeting with Generalist AI. So good questions. We got about 3 minutes left here, and then we're going to wrap this stream up. Daddy-o, I am still not well. Man, the constant talking is causing me to have a little cough here and there, but and my team, my early guys, which is my maintenance manager, who's over there working on the wall now, and Steve, we're all here pretty early, so that's why I do these streams when most of the team isn't here. So, as I get towards the wrap up here, I want to thank all of you who are members. If you are not a member of the channel and this is your first time seeing the content on the members channel, I get more into the details of how the Lego life intersects with my personal life. Also, you'll get more in-depth information about specific details about how our sales are doing, some of our pricing strategies, even more so that you get here on the non-members channel. Julian, great. Hope we will learn more about your robot journey. I am building sort. Oh, I love it. I love it. So, Julian, I hope that you know about our Discord. Look in the description of this video. If it's not there, I got an email, greatbricklab@gmail.com. But we have a Discord that we started for Big Robot, and now it's just turned into a general community of Lego enthusiasts and whatever you want to call yourself, but like-minded people trying to build Lego sorting machines. And there are about 4 machines in there. Let's pull this up on screen here. So there's machines in here. So right here. So you got brick sorting machine who's in Germany. So if you have a machine, I don't know if you're already in this list. Maybe you are. But there's I'm not the only administrator of this channel. So there's brick classifier in Alaska. The gentleman who's making this machine in Alaska is possibly going. It was going through a job change and maybe moving, but he's been pretty transparent. He wants to keep going on the robot, but there's concerns about where he can do that from. Third Arm USA Robotics, which is also known as Cosmic Lettuce, I think. He's got his information mask, which is maybe I'm in. Oh, it must turn on streaming mode. Discord must know that I'm in streaming mode with OBS. So he's very close. He's on the cusp of having something to release. BrickBot 2 in Australia. Okay, so yeah, get in the list. Get yourself on that list if you're interested. Yeah, get in that Discord. There's all kinds of community information. So I don't know, Julian, here's something that might interest you. I don't know if you're going to plan to train your own model for identifying the bricks, but Brickignize, the owner and creator of Brickignize, is also part of that Discord and has shared some interesting things about the future, his hopeful future for Brickignize, and if he doesn't continue to maintain it, what he's going to do with it. So there's some good information in there. And I'm just about out of voice. I need to take a real pause here. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Appreciate all the members. Thank you for being a member so much. Definitely a new journey for me on this. If you do enjoy this content, give me some feedback. Let me know what you guys are interested in, and I will definitely target those things. So sayonara for now. I think I'm going to go back to my pre-roll. No, maybe I'll make a closing pre-roll tonight or something like that. We're just going to go ahead and end the stream here. So yeah, Daddy-O's Bricks, take care. Julian, Joe, and also Jazzy Viking Bricks, all those who commented. I appreciate all the comments and interaction with me today. So